beautiful Nigerians, good day to our amazing viewers from all over the world. You're welcome to Today in the Dailies, happening live on 24 News Radio and TV, where you get the freshest and the hottest news updates affecting us in the society. I am Aiba Karina Wari and I'm with
Bukola Comfort, Dada.
Thank you for joining in. We have the following newspapers with us. I have the Vanguard newspaper.
I have the Nation newspaper.
I have Daily Independent.
I have the Nigerian Tribune.
Yeah. From the Vanguard newspaper, if we pick up the front page of the Vanguard newspaper this morning, Monday, December 15, 2025, you'll see these following headlines there. It says allegations of a terrorist, two former governors fueling insecurity from Turji Bello. Another one here says pension savings under pressure as FX investment growth slumps to 1.6%. Here says Governor Kefas dumps PDP, picks APC membership card. And here says Dangote alleges sleaze at NMDPRA, demands investigation. Says 1 week after NAV C-130 aircraft, 11 soldiers yet to be released from the federal government. Here says NDLEA buzz bandits drug supply chain, nabbed fleeing supplier Gamboli in Niger. And for the sports here, it says Super Eagles need better coaching to win AFCON 2025 from Bond Ferrere. You can pick up the Vanguard newspaper if any of this news interests you.
And from the Nation newspaper, 2,000 Fed government tractors moved to farm January. Also from the Nation newspaper, we have UBA. UBA strengthened leadership with new executive board appointments. Also, we have Dangote locks on with NMDPRA. Calls grow for president to reject general gaming bills. If you find any of this news interesting, you can pick up the Nation newspaper for more details.
And from the Daily Independent newspaper, the most read newspaper among the political and business elites, here is saying festive season, Nigerian banks on high alert as year-end digital fraud surges. It says first, France tax MOU threat to national security, Northern elders. ADC says Nigerian sovereignty at risk. Says UBA announces key executive board appointments, retirements. It says Dangote alleges sleaze at NMDPRA, demands probe. Says petrol to fall below 740 liters per naira before Christmas. Mark Atiku Obi, others lament politicization of state institutions. It says Serap threatens contempt suit against AGF over non-enforcement of 6 trillion naira NDDC judgment. It says BUA Group shares 30 billion naira to staff during Excellence Long Service Award. ECOWAS leaders forge united front against school insecurity, adopt measures to reduce cost of air travels across region. Dangote emerges chairman of ECOWAS Business Council. Says politicians joining APC of their own volition presidency. You can pick up the Daily Independent newspaper for more news updates like this.
From the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, we have multi-party democracy under threat. Atiku, Mark, Obi, Oyegun, other race Alan. Still on the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, twist in $1.5 billion milk import bills as Nigeria turns to Uganda despite large cattle population. Nigerian foreign trade grows under Tinubu, surplus hit 6.2 trillion naira 2025. Taxable persons failure to register for tax to attract 50,000 naira fine. Also on the Nigerian Tribune, we have a Boeing government to give each civil servant 150,000 naira Christmas bonus. From the head corner of the Nigerian Tribune, we have vaccine to fight cancer on the way. A delegate emergence remained valid, Accord Party Southwest leader. If any of this news interests you, you can pick up the Nigerian Tribune newspaper for more details.
Now the news in details from the Vanguard newspaper. It says Nigerian banks on high alert as year-end digital fraud surges. As the year winds down, Nigerian banks are facing renewed pressure from a familiar but increasingly sophisticated threat. A sharp rise in fraud activities tied to the surge in digital transactions during the festive season, from online shopping and instant transfer of USSD payments and mobile banking. The final quarter of the year, especially December, has become a peak season for not only commerce but also for cybercrime. Industry experts say criminals deliberately target the year-end period when transaction volumes spike. Customers are distracted by holiday activities, and businesses rush to close accounts, settle invoices, and pay bonuses. The result is a dangerous mix of high digital activity and reduced vigilance, conditions that fraudsters exploit with precision. Nigerians bank on high alert as year ends digital fraud surgency. You can pick up the Daily Independent newspaper for more details. Speaking about this, you can see that the Nigerian banks are saying that as year ends, there's a lot of fraud and cyber crime on air. What do you think? Is it that because the people want to omble this season, they want to enjoy this season, they want to spend a lot of money this season? You could see demands from parents, maybe from girlfriends. So these boys are looking for a way to make money. What do you have to
You,
say?
you know, during Christmas season,
Mm.
people will come from different parts of the world to their hometown,
Yeah.
and no one will want another person to shine to outshine him or her. So I think that is the reason why most people feel demands from their people.
And so they want to commit a lot of crime this season to make money.
But that doesn't mean they should commit crime. Christmas is just like all other months.
I think
December is just
yes,
like all other months. So
we are just putting unnecessary pressure on themselves. And I hope that now the banks has found out that this is the season where there's a high surge of digital fraud. I hope they put in like strengthen their security and put measures in place so that this doesn't happen, because as these cybercrime, as people are getting money to go and spend and omble this season, what about the people they are taking money from? So they are causing them to be sad in December, in as much as you want to also enjoy your
even if
December.
you finish your money in December, don't you think there are still other months left?
Mhm.
You're entering new year. You shouldn't enter the new year with you not having anything in hand.
And you also not cause somebody pain because you want to enjoy this season. You want to cause somebody pain, forgetting that, oh, how is the person going to also enjoy Christmas? How is the person also going to start New Year? Greed is one of our undoing as Nigerians, and I just hope God helps us.
God help us. From the Nigerian Tribune, this news stood out for us. Multi-party democracy under threat. Atiku, Mark Obi, Oyegun, other race alarm. Prominent opposition leaders in Nigeria have raised serious concern over what they describe as a deliberate plot by the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to weaken and ultimately dismantle the country's multi-party democracy through the politicization of anti-corruption agency. In a strongly worded joint statement on Sunday, the leader accused the federal government of weaponizing state institutions, particularly the Economic and Financial Crime Commission (EFCC), the Nigerian Police, and the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission (ICPC) to persecute political opponents under the guise of fighting corruption. The statement was jointly signed by former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, former Senate President and National Chairman of the African Democratic Congress (ADC), Senator David Mark, former presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, former governor of Edo State, Chief John Odeje Oyegun, formerly Deputy National Chairman, South of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Chief Olabode George, and former Minister of State for Defense, Malam Lawal Batagarawa. Multi-party democracy under threat. Atiku, Mark, Obi, Oyegun, other raise alarm. For more details on this news, you can pick up the Nigerian Tribune newspaper.
think their fears are valid because you can see that everybody, like we have been reading news the past week and we have been seeing that people have been decamping
Camping from
from
PDP.
PDP or
Yeah.
from whatever party to APC just so because they feel like if they are under APC then they are under the president and so they can get away with maybe any charge from the EFCC like he mentioned, from the
Yes.
police like he mentioned.
ICPC.
Yes, so I think they are just trying to protect themselves. You know, this politics is you are on your own. No, you
Yes.
think you have a follower, but it will shock you, or you think you have people like on your side, but it will shock you that everybody's on their own, and so they are just trying
Even
to
when we carry their
yeah
cross.
cross basically. So they are just trying to look for a way where they will not get into trouble, where they will not get to lose their resources or something. And it's really yes, our democracy these days and this party democracy they are really under threat. I strongly agree with them. And so from here again from the Independent newspaper. It says ECOWAS leaders forge united front against coup insecurity. Head of state and government of the Economic Community of West African States (ECOWAS) on Sunday condemned the wave of military coups sweeping through the region and agreed to forge a proactive and united front to put an end to it. They also decried growing terrorism and other forms of insecurity across the region, resolving to tame them collectively. They adopted these resolutions at the 68th ordinary session of the Authority of ECOWAS, which held in Abuja at the State House Conference Center. The ECOWAS leaders agreed to shift from reactive sanctions to preemptive military and diplomatic intervention. The most concrete evidence of the united front was the rapid response to stop the coup in the Republic of Benin on December 7, 2025, when within hours of soldiers seizing the national broadcaster in Cotonou, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu deployed Nigerian fighter jets and ground troops to support loyalist force. ECOWAS leaders forged united front against coup insecurity. You can pick up the Daily Independent newspaper for more details.
Still on the Nigerian Tribune, Ebonyi governor to give civil servants 150,000 naira each as Christmas bonus. Governor Francis Ogbonna Nwoferu of Ebonyi State has approved a 150,000 Christmas bonus for every civil servant in the state. The governor explained that the gesture aligned with his administration's commitment to improving the welfare of civil servants despite dwindling revenue to the state over the past year. The announcement was disclosed through its chief press secretary, Dr. Monde Huzo, in a statement made available on Sunday. On the forthcoming local government election in the state, the governor made it clear that he has not anointed any candidates, promising a level playing field for all aspirants. Ebonyi governor to give civil servants 150,000 naira each as Christmas bonus. For more details on this news, you can pick up the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. I think this is a nice one, gifting every civil servant 150,000 at least to appreciate them for their efforts for the year. We hope that other governors can emulate such, even if it is not also 150,000, at least you can still give them something.
For me, I even think 150,000 is like the basic of the basics because we all know how the economy of this country is going, and in as much as we appreciate him, the government should still try to do better, increase their salaries, do something better to help these people. You may think that 150,000 is a huge money, but if they enter the market, 150,000 is nothing. And so, in as much as we applaud him and we thank him for at least having the thought to give them 150,000 naira, I believe that maybe he will find a way to help their salaries or do something much better that will help them in the long run, not just for a particular season. And well done to him and other governors. Hope you guys are seeing you do something better. Mhm. And so from the Vanguard newspaper here, it says Taraba Governor Abu Kefas resigns from PDP, joins APC. Taraba State Governor Dr. Abu Kefas on Sunday officially resigned from the People's Democratic Party (PDP) and formally registered as a member of the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC). Kefas said a public declaration ceremony to mark his defection will be scheduled in the near future. Speaking after receiving his APC membership card, the governor stated that his decision to join the party was informed by his desires to align with President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. He added that joining APC would enable him to attract better development projects and resources to Taraba State. The registration ceremony was conducted by executives of the Taraba State APC. Taraba Governor Abu Kefas resigns from PDP, joins APC. You can pick up the Vanguard newspaper for more details.
The rate at which these people are just decamping from PDP is rising fast, like very fast.
And just like how you read the news and how Atiku and Obi and all of them were talking about it, I think the president has a strong hand to do with it, because if you read the statement made by Dr. Abu Kefas, he said that him joining APC would enable him attract better projects and resources to Taraba State. So that means if you are in the opposing party, you won't get all these benefits.
Wow.
Are you seeing something is wrong? That means there's a problem on the party's democracy in Nigeria. So now we now want to have only one party. Is that not funny that there will only be one party, ruling party in the whole of Nigeria, and other parties don't stand a chance because of all these incentives given to them by the president if you join their by the ruling party if you join their party or you join their congress.
As well. From the Nation newspaper, 2,000 Fed government tractor moved to farm January. The Bank of Agriculture (BOA) explained the delay in distributing the tractors unveiled on June 24 by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They were imported from the Eastern European country of Belarus. BOA stated that the pause was deliberate to ensure transparency, sustainability, and total overhaul of Nigeria's agricultural mechanization framework. In an interview with The Nation, Managing Director of the BOA, Mr. Hayo Shotirin, said the tractor could not be shared indiscriminately. 2,000 Fed government tractor moved to farms January. For more details of this news, you can pick up The Nation newspaper.
Details. We'll be going on a quick short break. This is 24 News Radio and TV today in the daily. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
World is closer than you think. Welcome to 24 News Radio and Television, your trusted companion for real-time updates, expert analysis, and compelling conversations. We bring the world closer to you with clear, credible, and concise information at every moment. With our seasoned reporters and sharp broadcasters, we dig deep to uncover the facts behind the headlines from your neighborhood to the global stage. Stay connected with 24 News Radio and Television for breaking news and current happenings across the globe. 24 News Radio and Television.
Thank you for joining us. Welcome back. This is still today in the dailies, happening live at the studios of 24 News Radio and Television. This news is coming from The Nation newspaper. Dangote locks on with NMDPRA. Dangote Refinery and Petrochemicals yesterday accused the regulating agency of downstream sector of undermining its refinery. He accused Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority (NMDPRA) of economic sabotage and urged the government to probe its activities. President of the Dangote Refinery, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, who spoke in Lagos yesterday at a news conference, urged the government to also probe NMDPRA Chief Executive Officer (CEO) Farouk Ahmad. He accused NMDPRA leadership of colliding with international traders and oil importers to frustrate local refining through the continued insurance of import licenses of petroleum products. Dangote locks on with NMDPRA. For more details on this news, you can pick up The Nation newspaper.
You can see that we are our own problem. The Dangote is pushing for local refinery or be his local refinery to continue producing feel for us all. And then there's someone there, the head of the NNDPRA.
Yes, NNDPRA.
Yeah, he's in turn still issuing license for people to still be importing PMS to the country. Are we not our own downfall? Are we not the ones doing ourselves?
Yeah.
Because if you want to continue pushing the domestic refinery to produce more fuel or PMS, then you should do the needful by stopping the issuance of these licenses. Yes. Don't you think so?
You should encourage the local refinery.
Yeah. And honestly, Dangote is trying. You could see that the fuel is now about 700 naira. That's a great improvement. And if you don't allow him do his business, then the fuel price will never go down than it is. So they should let him do his business and instead look for a way to build their own refinery instead of issuing license to more people to still be importing fuel and petrol.
We hope the government look into this thoroughly.
Yes, I hope so. And from the Vanguard newspaper here, it says allegations of a terrorist, two former governors fueling insecurity. Notorious bandit leader Bello Tsoji has accused two former northern governors of fueling insecurity in the country, especially in the north. He also confirmed participating in a series of peace meetings with the Zamfara state government during the administration of a former governor of the state, but vehemently denied claims that he received 30 million naira or any material inducement to participate in the process. Efforts made to get the reaction of the both former governors at press time yesterday proved abortive, as they neither picked up calls nor returned the calls. Text and WhatsApp messages also sent to their mobile trailing terrorists. Two former governors Vanguard newspaper for more details. What do you think, Bukola? Because if these people are saying that we should not believe these terrorists, I think that in between every lie, there's a truth.
A bit of truth.
Yes. So he accusing coming means
Well,
let's watch it play out. One day, I think there's nothing hidden under the sun.
yes,
One
truth
day,
will definitely be unveiled.
yeah.
All right. Lastly, this is the last news from me, and it is coming from the Nation newspaper. UBA strengthens leadership with new executive board appointments. United Bank for Africa (UBA) has announced significant changes to its executive board following the completion of tenure by four long-serving executive directors. Those retiring by January 6 included Deputy Managing Director Mr. Muyiwa Akinyemi and three other executive directors, Mrs. Abiola Bawura, Mr. Alex Alozie, and Mrs. Sholayomi Ajayi. The bank stated that in line with its robust succession and leadership development strategy, the board has approved the appointment of three new executive directors, Mr. Emmanuel Lanti, Mr. Tosin Adewi, and Mr. Chidi Opala. The appointments take effect on January 1st, 2026, subject to regulatory approval by the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN). UBA strengthens leadership with executive board appointments. For more details on this news, you can pick up the Nation newspaper.
I like that the UBA, they are really proactive. You can see they've not even resigned or be retired the executives, and now they've already looked for their replacement. Yeah, that's when you see a company that is working. And so when they win all these awards, we should know that they are really doing something great. Yes. And for the sports lovers, we have the sports news here. It says Nigeria dominates athletics at African Youth Games. Team Nigeria delivered a commanding display as athletics concluded at the fourth African Youth Games in Angola on Saturday, finishing with an impressive haul of 11 medals to underline the depth of the country's youth talent. The Punch Sports Extra reports The Nigerian contingent won 6 gold and 5 silver medals across track and field events, asserting their dominance over their competition and capping a highly successful athletics campaign for the statement in this made an early in the women's 100-meter race, where Rosemary Chigozie Nwankwo surged to gold with the winning time of 11.77 seconds. She finished ahead of South African's Oluchi Ndubueze, who clocked 12.12 seconds for silver, while took bronze 12.27 seconds. Nigeria dominates athletics at African Youth Games. You can pick up the Sports Extra for more details. Congratulations to Nigeria. Do a woman can raise me. Yes, for all our Nigerian sports, we can always see that the females put in their best and they always come back with medals. Congratulations. I'm really happy. And we from 24 News Radio and TV wish you a hearty congratulations. Thank you for making us proud.
Congratulations and thank you. All right, this is all we have for you for today in the dailies. Thank you for joining us. Let's do this again tomorrow. Thank you so much. My name is Bukola Comfort Dada, and with me is
I am Ida Karina Wari.
All right, thank you and have a great day.
Thank you.
Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin, all across Nigeria, we bring you news and information that will make your day. We are news. We are 24 News Radio TV. From Abuja to Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin, all across Nigeria, we bring you news and information that will make your day. We are news. We are 24 News Radio TV. From Abuja to Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin,